Fox News alert. Boston's terror attack, part of a critical discussion at two hearings on Capitol Hill this morning. Lawmakers breaking down terror plots in America and ways to improve counterterrorism efforts. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge is live in Washington with more. Catherine, what's at the heart of today's testimony?
Well, Greg, a key issue today is whether political correctness allowed the alleged shooter at Fort Hood, Major Nidal Hasan, to murder 13 of his fellow soldiers at a Texas base in 2009 and wound more than 40 others, and whether political correctness meant the Boston bombers got a pass after the FBI's initial investigation of the older brother, Tamerlan Tsarnaev, there on the left, in 2011. Fox News exclusively obtaining this prepared testimony from former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani that reads in part, quote, "In the present climate, the message being conveyed from the top is that it is inappropriate to label someone as an Islamic extremist, no matter how compelling the suspicions. But you can't fight an enemy you don't acknowledge." And Giuliani this morning testifying that this failure to call the threat by its name and to recognize radical Islam as a global movement has the effect of paralyzing law enforcement, Greg.
Catherine, who are some of the other star witnesses expected today?
Well, it's also important to note who is not testifying today, because a short time ago, the chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee saying the FBI refused to provide a witness who could explain this apparent failure to share information between the FBI and the local cops in Boston about the Tsarnaev brothers.
Unfortunately, the FBI has refused to appear and continues to refuse this committee's appropriate requests for information and documents crucial to our investigation into what happened in Boston.
Two newsmakers today are the head of the National Counterterrorism, Matt Olsen. There on the left, the NCTC was created after 9/11 to be the central clearinghouse for threat information targeting inside the U.S. And his predecessor, Michael Leiter, who is just testifying now, ran the National Counterterrorism Center when the Fort Hood massacre took place. A key question today, given the new information about the NSA's data collection on American citizens, is how the suspects in both Boston and Fort Hood slipped through the net, given they were so active on the web, either contacting known terrorists or posting jihadist propaganda. And these are the very flags the NSA programs are supposed to pick up. Greg.
Yeah. Intel apparently had 18 different emails from Major Nidal Hasan to Anwar Awlaki overseas. It's inexplicable. Thanks very much, Catherine.
You're welcome.